Very good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Very well. Has everybody well versed ourselves with part two of METAR? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
See, your notes should be right in front of you because we would need that master sheet and we would want to see things and then come to answers quickly. Okay? Has everybody well versed ourselves with part two of METAR? Yes, no, maybe. So see, METAR, what is METAR? METAR is Meteorological Aerodrome Report. It is a coded message, a message required for every pilot with respect to every departure and destination aerodrome planned for their particular flight, as well as en route aerodromes. So you see, it's not just a one-time thing. On any flight, let's say your job today is to fly from point A to point B, then you'd be expected to get a lot of metars along your other documents given to you in the name of information. This information generally comes under Aeronautical Information Service, AIS. AIS is Annexure 1.5 of the ICAO list of annexures. Aeronautical Information Service students generally is the way where important information is given out to all the pilots and aviators engaged in operations in a timely manner. Information is of different types. AIS is about information related to certain changes in the uh, what do we say? Changes in the facilities, routes, navigation aids, changes that change the entire uh, set of systems that we generally use to fly safely. METAR is not exactly a part of AIS. METAR is a everyday thing. That's why we call it a message. We don't really call it a report. But what do we also get along with METAR? METAR would be an everyday thing. You will need it on a daily basis. It would be just like a flight plan. As in, how like a flight plan? You need a flight plan before every flight. You need a METAR before every flight. If you don't get a METAR, you'll get a SPECI. Will that work? Yeah. A SPECI, a special report is a modification on the METAR or to the METAR. But before the SPECI and after the SPECI, there will be a METAR. So now that is what is METAR. METAR is our bread and butter, a daily thing, just like our ICAO flight plan, just like a departure requests, just like your ATC clearances, just like a startup, just like your taxi, everyday things. That is why it is so important for us to study and master. You don't think you are a stranger to METAR, or you don't think that you will, oh, what is METAR? I might not ever see it in my life. But you think of METAR as METAR and aircraft are equally important on a daily basis. You cannot do your job as a pilot without an aircraft. You cannot do a safe job, a safe pilot's job without a METAR. Got it? Now we understand what METAR is in a different perspective altogether. Now we know the importance. Now we know why we are spending whatever time we are spending to master this METAR. You associate it with this respect that, okay, it is like a major organ for any human. It is like that, without which we cannot function.
बोलना कल
भाई संडे है किधर अंपायरिंग का?
Right? Students, be on mute and focus. Why are you multitasking early in the morning, Aditya? Be careful, man. You are not on mute. People will hear what you are doing and they will be disturbed.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
It's okay, it happens. You're just getting started. But relax. Always check if you're on mute or not. Sometimes that happens with me also. It's okay. We understand. But at least for the sake of others, we should not disturb other people, right? Because we'll not like if Nukul starts playing his Alexa again and again. Not Nukul. Ayush used to do that. So when Ayush was taking a call in RT, all of a sudden his Alexa was like trying to look for this song. And I'm like, Ayush, don't do it. If I put this recording on YouTube, YouTube will say, oh, there's some plagiarism or something. They're very specific with non-commercial tones played without credits and videos and all, Yeah, but fine. Focus, everyone. So that's why I say new students, especially Prerit Aditya, keep your videos on so that, you get used to it, you get used to the discipline. And I give you all that time every now and then. So try to make the most of it. Okay, fine. So coming back to METAR, this is METAR. So for you, Aditya, just like an umpire, METAR is like that for us. Do you get it? You cannot have a professional match without an umpire that is unbiased. You cannot have a safe departure, arrival, safe flight without a METAR. It's an everyday thing. Getting it, students? Chalo. So, Jyotsna, very good morning. Suchita, very good morning. I've seen your messages. Very nice. Preet, nice to see you. Aditya and Nukul, nice to see you. I could see you all have more energy than your previous classes. So I can see slow and steady, you're building that confidence. You're building that energy to study. Good to see that. Very nice. Karishma is also getting started. Karishma, take a couple of more days to get settled down. Jyotsna, don't worry about what you missed. Whatever we are learning, focus. I know it will be very easy for you, but make sure you do that also. That way, I want you to master 100% METAR. Now, understand trend, becoming, tempo. They all are the end parts of a METAR. They show you the trend in whether the weather is in a improving state or a deteriorating state. Speci is a special report, a modification to a METAR. And METAR in itself is a message, a coded message giving me meteorological aerodrome report. There are many segments. We have understood the segments in sequence in this way. Everybody make sure you have written it like this. Jyotsna, write it. Everyone write it like this. The first part is report type. Second is aerodrome name. Third is date and time group. Fourth is wind information. Fifth is visibility, weather group, thunderstorms, cloud coverage in sequence. Remember this. What you could do is just you could in the end remember just the first letters and just make your own shortcuts to remember, own techniques to remember. Cloud coverage, obscurations means those phenomena that will affect your visibility. Temperature and dew point, QNH, recent weather, wind shear, trend becoming tempo. Either one of these three. Generally trend, if the trend is improving or decreasing, then becoming for improving, becoming for permanent, tempo for temporary, like that. And then runway state group. We are not going to discuss runway state group in a METAR, so we have put an asterisk, and the equal to sign comes showing that the coded message of METAR is over. So in the first segment, we have done up to wind information. Then yesterday we did, in the last session, we did visibility. We did trend, becoming, tempo, auto, speci, equal to sign, forward slashes, right? Visibility, types of visibility, prevailing visibility is the reported visibility. Minimum visibility can also be reported in the section of visibility if the visibility is less than 1,500 meters or 50% of the prevailing visibility. What is prevailing visibility, students? Visibility that is measured in at least half of the horizon circle or at least half of the surface of the aerodrome, 50% of the surface of the aerodrome. Remember all these definitions. Students who have not gone through it, you should go through it in the previous lecture. You will get it. Don't worry, it's very nicely done. Along with visibility, runway visibility can also be mentioned when it is below 1,500 meters. It can either be said as horizontal visibility on the runway or RVR. We have to remember runway visibility. Only then, otherwise RVR will not be mentioned. The code for RVR is R and then the number 27 stands for runway. Don't say it is runway 27. It could be easily confused. We say RVR, runway 27. The visibility, that is RVR, runway visual range is 1,200 meters. Now we have a couple of more codes with respect to RVR because RVR is one of the most important weather element in order to determine whether you can safely fly as per VFR or whether you need special VFR. For IFR, it's not that, it is a concern, but not as much as it is for VFR. Students, we're starting with full force because our stage is set. Are you getting it or not getting it? Let me know. Because you know that couple of days I don't start like this, but suddenly I'm starting like this. I want you all to have a feel of it. Is it making sense or not? Whatever I'm saying is just revision.
Yes, sir.
Prerit, Suchita, Jyotsna, Nukul are Prerit. I don't know what you're saying. Aditya, I don't know what you're saying. Krishma, I don't know what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Students, wherever you're confused, raise your hand. Feel free to discuss with me. It is a two-way thing. Remember, we are doing it for the knowledge, for the learning, for the mastery, everything. It will require for you to talk to me. Aditya, are we focused? Do you need some time to get started? Or do you want
No,
to go
sir.
somewhere? I can help you with recordings. No
No,
problem.
sir. I'm ready.
Good. Everybody has the cheat sheet for the weather group. Anyone who doesn't have the cheat sheet for the weather group, please request it. So after visibility, what do we have? After visibility, we have the weather group. Now, students, the weather group can be confusing, but not for us. Before I show you the weather group, I'll just say that whether the RVR has increased by 100 meter or more or decreased by 100 meter or more in the last 10 minutes is also mentioned in the RVR code, where we have a prefix M, prefix P. Prefix P will show you that the visibility is more than 1500 meters. So the increase or decrease of 100 meters or more is denoted by not P or M, it is denoted by U or D, up or down. So there are many variants in RVR from where your questions could be asked. So you be very careful about it, okay? I hope you have well revised yourselves. What happens if the RVR is more than 1500 meters? Then you write Papa and then write 1500. So it will be like run RVR for runway 27 is more than 1500 meters. This is the meaning of this. How do I read it out? I can say visibility 800 meters, RVR, runway 27, more than 1500 meters. This is how I actually read it out. This is decoding of your METAR. Everybody well versed with this? Similarly, here would be Nukul, decode this part of visibility quickly.
Sir, prevailing visibility is 0800, runway 27, mic 0050. So visibility is less than 50 meter.
Say again, say again.
0800 is prevailing.
Decode it, na? मैंने कैसे decode किया है वैसे decode करो ना. Decode it in these words only. Come on, learn with example, students.
Okay. So visibility is 800, RVR runway 27, and mic 50 meter less than visibility.
No. So see, learn from my example, students. Learn. Learn with the example. What am I saying? Who can try it again? Jyotsna, can you try it?
The visibility 800 meter, RVR runway 27 less than 50 meters.
Exactly. Nukul, difference, keywords, come on. आज लास्ट दिन है मेटार पूरा करने का. Come on. In class, of course, you can take some time for self-study. Very good. Suchita, can you do it? Karishma, can you do it? Aditya and Prerit, can you do it? Likhit, will you be able to do it?
Yes, sir.
These are
Yes, sir.
questions we need to ask ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Students, remember today's lecture is lecture 1-6. This session. And yesterday's was lecture 1-5. And METAR part 1 was lecture 1-4. 3 sessions covering up entire METAR. Okay. For your track keeping. Okay, good. There's so much we can revise again and again. So it's your job to revise, students. Nakul, try and practice, practice, practice. You will get there. That's it. Okay. Out of Suchita, Prerit, Aditya, and Karishma, who can decode this part? Check your notes. Quickly give me the answer. No problem. You can keep your notebooks open. Prerit, Aditya, Suchita, Karishma. Raise your hand quickly. Suchita, go ahead.
Prevailing visibility 8,000, prevailing visibility 800 meters, RVR runway 27, 1,200 meters, no distinct trend is observed.
No distinct trend is observed. Very good. No distinct trend is observed. Right there in front of us. Sounds perfect. Good job. I just want you all to tell me, are we supposed to use prevailing visibility or are we just supposed to say visibility? Think about it.
Visibility, just visibility.
Think once more, everyone. It is prevailing visibility, is the visibility that is existing, prevailing since some amount of time in the larger areas. What is the amount of time? Do we know that? And this can be either reached or either exceeded also. So the time factor would be connected to that METAR time observation factor only in that case. It's more to do with the prevailing visibility, of course. You can say prevailing visibility, it's not a wrong thing. You might see some people just say visibility also. You can say prevailing visibility also. When you're doing a thing as a student, go with prevailing visibility as a correct answer. Both are correct. Go with prevailing visibility. One more point, RVR measured is what? Is it on the threshold or is it on the center line of the runway or is it all across the runway? Three options. Raise your hand and then I'll allow you to answer. Karishma, try to use reaction so I can see that right on your profile here, not in the chat box. Just see their reactions on the main page only, the bottom control bar or something that we have. Okay. Prerit, tell me the answer.
Well, sir, on the threshold.
On the threshold of the runway. Very good. Suchita and who was giving me the other answer? Jyotsna. Jyotsna, your answer is correct. I got it in the chat box. Threshold. Very good. Suchita, your answer is the same, is it?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Students, now I'm going to give you an advantage in acknowledgement. I will only ask if you have doubts. If you have, you will say something. I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds. Not necessarily that is the limit. If you come up with doubts, you can always raise hands. But to keep our acknowledgement fast, instead of asking a yes, I'll go for a no. So if you don't have a no, it means it's a yes. But what I really need is to see whether you're learning every step by step or not. Because you have spent so much of time and effort, I don't want you all to miss out on anything. So that's why we need acknowledgement. Okay. See, if I go blind and if I go according to what you do, I have seen that people fail exams. So you have to work with the way I'm saying. Do you understand? It is only for your benefit. Come on. We are not asking you to do something wrong, right? You have so much of flexibility, so much of enjoyment. So please try to stick to what I say. It will only help you, okay? So we'll continue from here. We'll go with the weather group. The next group is weather group. Now, students, the first thing that you will see in the weather group would be as per your cheat sheet. Okay, I'll just show you the cheat sheet, what it is all about. It's it's very nicely given us in this, okay, that I have shared with you. I'll share it on the screen now. Where is it? I'll just walk you through all these codes once, and then it will be very easy to see just a combination of codes. Okay. Were we able to write down this, students? This sequence? Just now write down this sequence. If you have not written it, where is it? Yeah, this sequence. You just take a picture and make a note. Keep this sequence handy somewhere written right in your notebook that you can see it again and again. Maybe this sequence also you can write, not just in two letters, but four words also in your page. Somewhere on the cheat sheet only if you have a printout of it. It will really help you make understand what the numbers mean, where they mean, what they mean directly. The codes. Remember to follow these strategies, okay? It's not that easy to clear exams. You need these strategies to clear exams, students. Aditya is saying he doesn't have. कहाँ थे इतने दिन? आप लेक्चर नहीं पढ़ा, मतलब जो लेक्चर मिस किया वो अच्छे से नहीं पढ़ा था आपने, और कुछ नहीं। उसमें साफ साफ बताया कि आपको रिक्वेस्ट करना है सर से, वो आपने मिस कर दिया। अभी आज छोटी छोटी चीजें मिस कर रहे हैं, कल बड़ी बड़ी चीजें मिस हो जाएंगी। ट्रेनिंग पूरा हो जाएगा, सिलेबस पूरा हो जाएगा, सब कुछ पूरा हो जाएगा। उसके बाद बस रिजल्ट्स नहीं आएंगे हमें, समझ रहे हो? तो क्या फायदा फिर सब कुछ करके? और रिजल्ट्स इसलिए नहीं आएंगे बिकॉज वी मिस्ड आउट ऑन अ फ्यू थिंग्स, उसकी वजह से सिली मिस्टेक्स हो रहे हैं, आंसर सही नहीं आ रहे। तो अभी टाइम है, वी आर गेटिंग यूज्ड टू इट। मेक श्योर कि ये मिस्टेक्स बार बार हो ना, स्टूडेंट्स। And whenever you're getting some time when I'm not talking, you have to revise quickly and see if you have any questions. Aditya, check. I have sent the cheat sheet with you. Aditya, मिला नहीं मिला बताना।
मिला सर।
Good, good, good. Be careful, students. It's a honest advice. सबके लिए है ये. Anybody can do it as a student. So this is it. So there are a couple of things called as qualifiers on the left. So what are these qualifiers? Okay. See, I'll highlight it in color. Qualifiers here, this qualifier, okay? If I have couple of more slip of tongues, I would call it cauliflower. Anyhow, getting it? Cauliflower. Nobody likes cauliflower, I guess. Anyway, without cauliflower, there would not be pav bhaji. It's very special in Mumbai. So yeah. You might not like directly cauliflower, but when you make it in pav bhaji, it's amazing. So qualifier is different. Okay. It tells you the type of whatever the weather phenomena is. What are the two types any weather phenomena could be? That is qualifier. Okay. Not cauliflower, but remember cauliflower is our hint to understand cauliflower. Cauliflower. Okay, I've lost it now. So intensity. Light. Light is denoted by a negative sign. Light rain, heavy rain, moderate rain. Those are the types that could be assigned to the weather groups. Qualifier generally will determine your quality only, students. The quality of the weather phenomena. How is it? Is it too bad? So they have categorized the quality. Light, very light drizzle, that will be denoted by a negative symbol. Light will not be written. It's the symbol that I'm writing here in commas. Moderate has no qualifier. Moderate means no sign, neither negative nor positive. And heavy means positive sign. So remember, if they say they have a negative symbol, it will be at the start of the weather group. It means light. If there is no symbol, it means moderate. And if there is a plus symbol, it means heavy. First thing in your weather group will be this only. So the good thing is in this table, the chronology is maintained. First will be the intensity or proximity. So what kind of qualifier is it? It is intensity or proximity. Intensity means light, moderate, heavy. Proximity means how close is it or how far is it. So they both come under the first qualifier. Remember, keywords. Questions will be very confusing from this table. So qualifier are of two types, intensity or proximity. Intensity, light, moderate, heavy. Moderate has no symbol, no qualifier. Light has negative, heavy has positive. In case of a weather phenomena called FC and a weather phenomena called PO, the negative symbol, positive symbol stands for well developed. Now, what do you think is FC and PO? Go to the last of the weather phenomena. Weather phenomena, I'm going to highlight in green this. So, in weather phenomena, the first I have precipitation is the formation of rain and ice and related elements. Obscuration, anything that will affect my visibility with respect to that, I get mist, fog, smoke, sand, haze. And then there is a third type of weather phenomena, that is other. So PO and FC, if you carefully see, are in the other type of the phenomena. So other will have those weather phenomena that is not covered under precipitation or obscuration. So when you look at this table carefully, you see what are the areas that you have to actually study the subject matter when it comes to weather phenomena for your MET exams. So questions generally will come across that only. So before we continue after humidity, you must see that we have done the humidity after that. Learning this and then going back really helps us spot what are more important. Fogs are more important. Rain, snow, ice, hail, they are very important. Squall is very important. You see thunderstorm? Thunderstorm is not part of a weather group. If you look at in the sequence, thunderstorm is actually separate. So that gives you more idea. But squall, SQALL, is also in the other type. Squall can be considered as thunderstorms to a layman. But squall is something which is very different from that. So in case of PO and in case of FC, the positive symbol, the qualifier plus sign, denotes well-developed dust or sand whirls. They are also called as dust devils. It means moving dust whirlpools or a mass of dust moving here and there on its own. Okay. Funnel clouds, tornado, or water spout. So you will see as you go ahead how they look like and what they are one by one. But these are other phenomena. So well-developed dust or sand whirls or well-developed funnel clouds, that could be a tornado or a water spout. Plus symbol, qualifier. Other than these two, plus symbol will mean heavy to all the different weather phenomena. So let's see what are the phenomena. We'll start with precipitation. D Delta Zulu. DZ stands for drizzle. Drizzle is like rain only, but not exactly rain. There is a difference in measurement, size of drops and everything. Negative sign will say light drizzle. Positive sign will say heavy drizzle. No sign will say moderate drizzle. So negative DZ will mean negative drizzle. Now, is the drizzle completely following everywhere, or there is a small patch of drizzle? That description you get in the qualifier. So they could say that we have, let's say, negative symbol SH DZ. Let's say it means light SH. What is SH? It's the descriptor here now. It describes what kind weather phenomena existing in what way right now. Is it shallow? Shallow means not very deep. Patches means small groups. Blowing means it's just blowing along with the wind. Showers means, okay, we are getting good showers of the rain from everywhere. Thunderstorms. Although thunderstorm is discussed in a separate group, whether the thunderstorm exists or not is also mentioned in the descriptor as a part of a qualifier, not in the weather phenomena. Remember this. We'll come to it when we discuss thunderstorms. Whether there is freezing, are water droplets freezing? Is water being frozen? Is there a formation of ice? Or PR is partial. So they are talking about the description of what the weather could be. And that weather could be either precipitation or obscuration or other. So they can say, in this case, they'll say light showers of drizzle. Probably that could make sense if that is the case. Or they could say heavy showers of rain. Heavy SH shower, RA, rain. First, second, third. First, second, third, like this. In sequence. Are you getting it, students? Any doubts so far? Looks easy. A few weather phenomena you would be able to understand, a few you will learn during the course. So hold your horses there. You don't need to discuss everything right now, but you need to know how to decode. So your job would be to slow and steady memorize these codes. So study them every day whenever you have a MET lecture. Give yourself 10-15 minutes extra and study these codes. Every day whenever you have MET, you will see within a couple of weeks, nobody can give you wrong marks or nobody can not be impressed by you when you talk about METAR or these codes. And these codes are universal. Okay, these are techniques, how to master it. So let's just look at the other type of precipitation. There could be drizzle, there could be rain, there could be snow. So they all are types of precipitation. Precipitation would be air mass turning into a solid mass generally. Whatever air we have, it turns into rain or drizzling rain, drizzle, snow, ice crystals, ice pellets. So ice crystals, what are they? Ice pellets. Pellets would be like small stones. Crystals would be like those snowflakes, I could say, you know. You must have seen it in some movies. Hail. Hailstones we get, they are larger than pellets. GR is hail, GS is small hail. Small hail has a description you will see. Less than 5 millimeter in diameter and or snow pellets. Small hail means the diameter of the stone should be less than 5 mm. Is what they are saying here. So one description is given to you here. And then Precipitation is unknown. We don't know what kind of precipitation is, but there is precipitation. And then spray. Spray is also a form of, we would say, there's just natural spray coming in. You know how minute the spray is. Similar to that, phenomena could also be studied. It's all precipitation. How the air, gas, the masses of different gases in atmosphere are turning into different forms of liquid and solids. That is precipitation. When we talk about obscuration, it means factors that impact my visibility. One of the most important topics for you to learn in meteorology. What are the different types of fogs? Quickly go through all the pointers in precipitation. Read them once. See, okay, what are the different codes? Just see them. You don't have to memorize them right now. Keep this sheet open for some time, for a few days before you master everything automatic. So many different codes. Now that I will give you any METAR code to decode, you quickly come to this sheet and then decode nicely. You don't have to do it out of memory, not this one. I would say initially when you're memorizing or trying to decode a METAR, keep your notes open, check for all codes, how to read it, and then decode. But at least do the right thing. Slow and steady, after a few points with an open book, you will see automatically you are getting to remember them. This is the best way to do it or learn it. Okay, Prerit, Aditya, Karishma, Jyotsna, Suchita, are you with me here? Am I speaking
sir.
too much at length?
Yes, sir.
Students,
sir.
I hope you're following. Don't get lost. It's okay to turn off or turn on your videos every now and then. It's fine, but make sure you don't get lost. This is one of the most confusing aspects of METAR. That's why I'm saying this. One of the most important also. Let's talk about obscuration. We all know what is obscuration. It's going to affect the visibility. What are the different elements that affect the visibility? Mist. Mist is similar to spray, but spray might not affect visibility. Mist will affect visibility. One of the famous authors, Stephen King, has written a horror story on mist, you know. So yeah, it's like some thin cloud on the ground surface. It's like that. Cloud as a generic term, you know, not the meteorological term. So mist has BR, you know, so it's very difficult to actually connect the word with the code. Generally, we'll say mist could be MS, MT, MI, but no, mist is BR. So it takes some time for us to get used to it, but with practice, you get there. Fog is very simple, FG. Smoke is FU. Volcanic ash. A very, very troublesome feature is volcanic ash, students. There have been recent times in past couple of years, we have seen couple of airplanes or so, or airspaces being closed due to volcanic eruptions. It's because of the volcanic ash rising in. Ash is very heavy. It's not good for humans. It's not good for visibility. And the ash clouds could be very high and far spread along. If a pilot is stuck in that, it's very difficult to come out of it. So we have to be very careful. That's why when I was talking about AIS, I was talking about METAR. A pilot will have a METAR on a daily basis. Along with METAR, what the pilot should be aware about will be a NOTAM. Okay. NOTAM can be issued, cannot be issued, subject to whether a NOTAM has been issued for that particular flight, particular day or not. So in the NOTAM or NOTAM type of things, you will also have ash stamps that will talk about volcanic ash that are erupting in a sudden sequence. But a volcanic ash is also a part of your METAR. So remember that, especially if you are in an area where you have in the vicinity, you have an inactive volcano, you should always be aware about it because you never know when it gets erupted, right? Although there will be offices that will tell you beforehand only because they have a way of checking it. They know that if a volcano is behaving in such a way, then it can erupt after some time, so they can do timely evacuations. And recently, one of the I don't remember the name of the volcano, but they had succeeded in getting evacuation done before it erupted. But just in the 1980s, there is a small town. I just saw it recently in a documentary that they were not able to anticipate or forecast the eruption, and it erupted. And the way it erupted on the mountain, there was snow. So snow got melted and all the water along with the lava it all came down in the rivers through the mountain, and the whole village got flooded, and people died also, and the whole town has gone completely. So yeah, that is on the ground. That is not as much of a concern as it is for you to be in air. So volcanic ash is nothing but burnt out matter, So that it is. Widespread dust is also a major concern to your visibility. It happens in metro cities and cities with factories in and around the vicinity of the aerodrome. And majorly all our cities where we travel will also have a lot of dust. And there are many softwares these days that actually show you the air quality index, AQI, for your city, and you'll see they are all red in color. So the air quality just to breathe is not what they are trying to say, but in terms of a lot of contaminants that will induce dust also. Of course, sand can also be an issue. So dust, DU makes sense. Volcanic ash is common, FG is common, but smoke, and mist and smoke are the two that are not resonating with the name. The codes are different. BR and mist is different. Smoke and FU is different. But volcanic ash, VA, fog, FG, um, dust, DU, that is widespread dust, not just normal dust. Sand, SA, if there's any sandstorm basically, or a huge mass of sand coming your way. And then, of course, haze. What is haze? How different is haze from mist, fog, smoke? And there is one more factor called as smog. In your theory, you'll come across it. It's a mixture of smoke and fog. But here we don't have smog. And the weather phenomena that is not a part of precipitation and obscuration is in the other section. If we have dust or sand whirls, not just sand or not widespread dust, they're also called dust devils. Then it's PO, Squall. Squall, you could say, is a series of a lot of clouds that are going to cause rain, like that. In layman's term, I'm teaching you. It becomes one of the most important weather phenomena for the pilot to notice or avoid in your RT learnings also. So see, whenever I'm teaching METAR, I'm also talking about RT because METAR is important for RT as well as meteorology, both. Funnel clouds, basically they form a tornado or something, like a funnel again. They're not good for us because they have volatile pressure areas. And then sandstorm or dust storm, SS. Dust storm is also SS. So now you will be given a combination of these three. They will come after the runway visibility. So this is what you are going to do. Now we just need to come back and see intensity or proximity. Proximity, we have only one code, which is in the vicinity. So this is proximity. And the next three are the intensity qualifiers. They can ask you any question, any way. So these three are intensity qualifiers, and the proximity qualifier is this. Descriptors are shallow, patches, blowing, showers, thunderstorm, freezing, partial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 descriptors, 4 qualifiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 are precipitation values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 obscuration values. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 other weather phenomena values. "31 codes are there in total in weather phenomena, students. Out of 31, one code is not there, which is for moderate, no qualifier. Remember. So actually 31 codes are there. Out of that, you'll get any series of combinations to decode. You don't just have to decode, but you will also be aware about this phenomena and the impact of that phenomena on your safe flight as a wholesome thing by a pilot. Are we clear with this?
Yes, sir.
You keep this
Yes, sir.
open. You keep this open, and I will give you a couple of examples to decode now. Okay? Let's see if we can decode. Everybody will try it. It's not a test. So remember the first column I don't have to give you all things in writing now because we already discussed it. The first column is the qualifier, talking about intensity or proximity. The second column is descriptor. Okay. It will add detail to each weather phenomena. What is the meaning of Bravo Charlie, BC? Is it patches? Is it shallow? Is it blowing? Everyone answer.
Patches.
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 Very good. Now write down BC usually used to denote fog. So you might be thinking, sir, are all descriptors going with all weather phenomena? Most of the time, certain descriptors will go only with certain weather phenomena. It makes us more easy to compare it with respect to pairing. Now, decode this. Who can tell me the answer to this? Decode this. Look at the cheat sheet and decode this. Karishma, go ahead.
Sure, heavy shower rain.
Heavy showers of rain.
Of rain.
Very good. Very good. Easy, right? This is how you have to practice it, students. Now remember, thunderstorm is used, TS, okay, code, but weather group, consider it done. You know the theory behind it. I'll be giving you reading material just like I'd given you a part of it. I'll give you the rest of the part of it. Remind me if you don't get it once the lecture is done. It is just like me and the text are just one and the same. Now let us talk about thunderstorm. There is a very important element about thunderstorms. First is thunderstorm report will only be given. So just like RVR will only be given if visibility is less than 1,500 meters. Here, thunderstorm report will only be given in a METAR. So it's a part of METAR. If the thunder, so thunderstorm means a storm that has those big bang-like sounds of your lightning strikes. Now you know what a thunderstorm is. If you don't hear any lightning strike, big thunder, then it's not a thunderstorm. It's just a storm. But if you have loud noises in the sky, that's a thunderstorm. There could be only lightning strikes, only thunders without storm also. We're talking about a storm with thunderstorm. Storm means very volatile and a very aggressive element of weather. In simple terms is what I'm saying. A thunderstorm report will only be given in METAR if thunder has been heard, if thunder has been heard within last dash. Option A, 2 hours. Option B, 30 minutes. Option C, 10 minutes. Can anyone make a guess? Right or wrong? Not an issue. Yes, Aditya?
10 minutes. See, Charlie.
Prerit, your answer?
Sir, option B, Bravo, 30 minutes.
Okay. The correct answer is, good guesses, students. 10 minutes. Make a note of it and remember it, okay? Within last 10 minutes. Very important question. Jyotsna, do you have any doubts here? Anybody who guessed it right? Very good. But if it was just a guess, now memorize the correct answer. Don't believe in your guesswork unless your entire syllabus is over. But yeah, very good. If you got it wrong, no problem. Somewhere all the three options could mean one on the same thing because all three times are discussed in METAR. 2 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hour for that permanent change. 30 minutes is just an METAR interval, and 10 minute we have seen somewhere, right? Wind change or something. So it's a confusing option where any answer you could have given in a rush also could make sense for you because then that's how the mind relates generally if we are not very thorough with the concepts. But yeah, no right and wrong here. Remember this last 10 minutes. Okay. Now, if there is thunderstorm, but there is no precipitation, like no rain or no ice or nothing associated with the storm. So write down. Okay, the thickness is not good. Wait up. If no precipitation exists, then thunderstorm will exist on its own in METAR. Students, I'll dictate it, you write it from now on ahead. Important point. You will see the example. Just TS will be written there. Okay, nothing else. If, write down, okay, if precipitation exists, so if there is some kind of any of the 9 possibilities of a precipitation, if they are there along with a thunderstorm, that too heard in the last 10 minutes, then extra 2 letters will be there to denote type of precipitation. So now you know which 2 letters will be there out of these 9 letters from precipitation. Right, students? Now you understand keeping a cheat sheet. It's so easy to understand this. Instead of cheat sheet, we should call it code sheet. But cheat sheet means when you're trying to denote answers, you can directly look. You don't have to depend on your memory. So it's a good thing as a resource to study. The only time I think the word cheating is good in education is when you talk about cheat sheets. But generally, cheat sheets are used where you have to play with some software with a code where that breaks a software. That's where it gets from. Here we are breaking a code, not a software. So here also is applicable. You're getting it? So don't take it in a negative way, okay, anyone? If precipitation, just writing in short, okay, exists, extra 2 letters to denote type of precipitation exist. Okay? Example, write down rain if rain is observed due to the thunderstorms, then if rain is observed from or due thunderstorm, then dash will appear in METAR. Now this I am hoping everybody will give me correct answer. Carefully think about it twice. Option A, TS, R, A, TS, SN, RA, TS. Write your answers in the chat box. Option A or option B or option C. Prerit and Karishma, your answers are pending. प्रेरित आपने भेजा नहीं अभी तक? भेजा है क्या? मैं देखता हूँ. You know, in Mumbai, bheja means dimag. There's a dish also. Although I'm I am a vegetarian, but there's something called bheja fry, I guess. In our language, like in our local language here, growing up, we have learned that if somebody messes up with your mind or you're highly stressed, we used to say bheja fry. See, as you grow up, you meet people who are not directly from the city. They come from different cities to have a job and work or live in the city. But as you grow older, okay. But when we were younger, we used to just be there in the same area, growing up, going to the same school, coming. So for us, it was all Mumbai, 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 like that. So all these words used to be, even if you go out with a group of guys, like if you check a group of friends sitting, they will talk in that language only. It's fun, you know. I like that, you know. Earlier, I used to like what this, but you know, now these days people are trying to show they are sophisticated and they're like, no, we are very sophisticated and all. So there's no fun, you know. There's no fun in using different type of languages anymore because everybody wants to show they are so classy. I'm like, we all are classy by character. You don't have to show it out loud to everyone, right? It just comes from within. Yeah. So bheja, I don't know why I said bheja, but आपने answer भेजा कि नहीं भेजा is from where I took it out. So you will see somebody who's highly irate, irritated. If you talk to them, they're like, "Bheja garam mat kar yaar, dimag mat kharab kar yaar," like that. You don't have to pick up this language. I'm just sharing, acquainting you all, you know, trying to, you know, keep our minds relaxed. Suchita, cross-check your answer. If precipitation exists, extra two letters denote the type of precipitation after TS. Now the statement is complete. I said it, but I didn't write it. Check your answers again, everyone. If they match with this statement, if not, then submit your answer once again. And then I'll tell you the correct answer. Quick. Everybody check your answers if it stands still true. Suchita, Jyotsna, Karishma, be careful. Be very careful. The correct answer is this. Thunderstorm, rain. We have got rain also along with the thunderstorm. Next example. This, I think one of the pen is missing. No problem. If hail exists after thunderstorm, hail, give me the code. Directly give me the code in the chat box. And if you're watching a recorded session, drop the code as a WhatsApp message right away. I will see. I'll get the correct answer in real time. Likhit will be doing it. What will be the code? Quick, quick, quick. Hail, 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 hail. Students, check the cheat sheet. Suchita, check the cheat sheet. Why are we getting wrong answers? I said hail, not haze. And haze is obscuration. We are talking about precipitation. Thunderstorm will be followed by precipitation, not obscuration. We're not talking about obscuration right now. Don't leave any space in the answer. Nukul, small hail nahi, hail. अरे आंसर सामने है, आंसर स्क्रीन पे, क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? So the correct answer is TS. And look on the left side, now on the screen, is it not visible? फोन पे भी है, व्हाट्सएप पे भी है, यहाँ पे भी है, सब जगह पे है यार. TS GR. GR, hail, hail, hail. Where is hail in precipitation? GR, this is hail. See. TSGR. Hail generally comes, rain generally comes, small hail can also come. Write down the third example quickly. Are? If small hail exists, or I'll say TS GS. Don't leave any space, students. Please don't leave any space. Come on, you know much better about METAR now. Be careful. Students जो सिखा रहे हैं वो पढ़ो ना. Learn what you are being taught. Why you're letting your mind translate it into something that is not right? Tell your mind to learn what you're being taught. Simple. This means, what does it mean? Thunderstorm followed by small hail. Okay, good. Chalo. Small hail exists after thunderstorm, or we could say thunderstorm along with small hail. After and before, no, they could be together also. Small hail, correction, thunderstorm with small hail, simple. And remember this thunderstorm only when we hear the thunder in the last 10 minutes. Okay, good. Go through these points quickly. Weather group, thunderstorm. Thunderstorm can be with rain, hail, small hail as of now. Fog would be with what? Generally, fog is associated with. We saw one statement. Don't miss out onto that. It could come as a question. Patches of fog. BCFG. One example. Thunderstorm. If no precipitation, TS will appear on its own. And if precipitation, then they will talk about the type of precipitation also. That will come after TS with respect to codes. But the phenomena could be simultaneous also. The code comes after TS, not the phenomena, right? Be very clear about it. See if you have any questions. We'll take a short break and then we'll continue ahead after the questions are done. After this, your job gets much more easier. But after this comes the final most important element to know, that is cloud coverage. People are like, so what is the meaning of overcast? What is the meaning of few? What is the meaning of scattered? What is the meaning of broken? Today we'll learn that in a very easy manner. Questions, questions, questions. Okay, I'll see you back. How much time do you need, students? 15, 20, 5, 10, 30, 40, 1 year, 1 light year. Okay, we'll take a 20-minute break. Okay, everybody come back by 12:25 and we'll continue and wrap up in one go then. Welcome back, everyone. See if we have any questions. Nukul, Prerit, Aditya, Suchita, Krishma, Jyotsna. So Suchita is here. Krishma, Jyotsna, are you there? Nukul, Aditya.
Yes, sir.
So one of the most, I'm not sure about Aditya. Students, what's happening? Now, students, cloud coverage is determined with respect to a fraction of 8 parts of sky. 8 parts of sky, what does it mean? Let's say this is my sky. This much part is my sky. Then I divide it into 8 parts. Like this. Generally, when it comes to symbols in a meteorological report or meteorology, this will be determined as a circle. And the circle will be divided into 8 parts like this. Okay. So I can also write it like this. Dash out of 2, correction, dash out of 8, dash out of 8, dash out of 8, and dash out of 8 like this. Why 4? Because there are 4 types in which we can report the coverage of clouds above a particular aerodrome or in the vicinity of an aerodrome. Clouds are not a hazard on their own unless there are a special type of clouds. But they are certain, they set a certain set of limitations with respect to whether we can fly IFR, whether we can fly VFR or not. Rules are there. So we need to know the height of clouds with respect to the surface of the aerodrome, as well as how much cloud is there in the sky. It means how much sky is clear and how much sky is not clear. So the presence of clouds or absence of clouds will tell us whether the sky is clear or not. So there are 4 codes, very simple codes. The first code is few. I'll write it in capital. The second code is scattered, SCT. The third code is broken. And the fourth code is overcast. Okay. Overcast would mean that the sky is filled with clouds completely. Broken would mean that half of the sky looks, more than half of the sky basically is gone with clouds or filled with clouds. Scattered would mean that half of the sky is filled with clouds, but it's scattered in variety of places. And few would mean that less than half, I would say. So what are these values? So few will determine that 1 or 2 parts of the sky is covered with the clouds. Scattered would mean 3 or 4 parts of the sky are filled with the clouds. Broken would mean 5 to 7 parts of the sky are covered with clouds. And overcast would mean all 8 parts of the sky, that is the entire sky, is covered with clouds. So few is generally written as like this, 1-2 divided by 8 like this. Scattered is written as 3-4 divided by 8. It's not minus, it's dash. Okay. Broken will be written down as 5-7 divided by 8. And scattered would be 8 by 8 like this. Overcast would be 8 by 8. Scattered would be 3-4 by 8. Broken would be 5-7 by 8. And overcast would be 8 by 8. Simple. Simple thing, making it much more simpler. Still, it becomes difficult for the students to memorize in a long time. So your job would be to keep revising it. In writing, they say it like this. The word 8 can be said as octas. Octopus has 8 limbs. Octa will mean 8. 7 octas, 4 octas, 5 octas, 2 octas, or 8 octas. So now you know 8 octas will mean 8 by 8. It means overcast. So when I say the sky, when I say the sky is 6 octas, what would it mean? Is the sky, the METAR report has few, or it has scattered, or it has broken, or it has overcast? What will you take as an answer?
Broken.
Broken.
Broken. Very good. So, one or two parts of the sky gone like this will mean few. It will mean two are colored, few, like this. When 4 are colored, it would become scattered. When 5, 6, 7 are colored, it would become broken. And if the last one is colored, it would become overcast. So this is not being used anywhere as a reference, but this is used as a reference for symbols. These are the codes. These are the fractions. How it can be written down. This is how can it be it can be written down, as well as it can also be written down as a theoretical fraction. Like example, although in your METAR, these codes will only be there. For your METAR, only these codes are there. But in your meteorology, any type of question can come with respect to these codes. Also for your RT exams. So for example, I would say broken, BKN, means, write down the statement, 5 to 7/8 of cloud coverage. In theory, questions can come in any language that I'm teaching you here. So many different ways. Broken means 5 to 7/8 of cloud coverage. Students, everything that I'm giving you are keywords, okay? So if this is my aerodrome, okay, if I have broken, it would mean, let's say this is an image. In this image, if I have to study, then with respect to this, if this is the area that I'm measuring, okay, then I would say broken means there are clouds, not completely covering it, but see, there are everywhere. The clouds are everywhere. This is broken here. When I have to show you, so this is broken. When I have to show you few, Few would be very less. Not much. So broken 5 to 7. Few 1 to 2. Overcast. This building is your ATC, huh? Overcast. Very bad. The whole sky is filled with one big cloud, like merging of all clouds. Completely gone. In itself. This is overcast. And now it becomes easier for us to imagine. Students, after this, I'm going to dictate points so that we can cover up things faster. So, scattered. Now, remember, I'm not giving it to you in any particular chronology. So, don't be blind there, okay? I'm purposely not giving it to you in any chronology. Few you should spot, which is few, broken, overcast, and scattered 3 to 4, partially half the sky is gone. Not gone, I would say, covered with clouds. Like this. So write down the respective fractions. Few 1 by 2 or 1 or 2. 1 or 2 eighth. Scattered 3 to 4 eighth. Broken 5 to 7 eighth. Sorry, 5 to 7 eighth. And overcast 8 by 8. 8 octaves. 5 to 7 octaves, 1 to 2 octaves, 8 octaves, 3 to 4 octaves. Many ways to talk about it, meaning is the same. So now this is cloud coverage. Okay. Cloud coverage will have a cloud amount. So what we learned so far was it will have first thing cloud amount. Then the second thing would be cloud base. And the third thing would be type of cloud. Okay. So cloud amount is what we have seen, 8 parts. Cloud base. Write down about cloud base. Cloud base is given as a 3-digit figure. Cloud base is given as a 3-digit figure showing hundreds of feet. Very important definition. Students generally think it's in thousands of feet because the rules and everything read it out in thousands of feet. But actually, it's a 3-digit code, a 3-digit figure showing hundreds of feet. First point written, cloud base is denoted by 3-digit figure showing hundreds of feet. Second point you will write, cloud base in a METAR is always measured as, cloud base in a METAR is always measured as, you'll underline the following words or phrase, height above aerodrome level. Height above aerodrome level using the current aerodrome QFE. Cloud base in a METAR is always measured as height above aerodrome level. Height above aerodrome level are your keywords. Okay. Okay. Using the current aerodrome QFE. What are Q codes? If you don't know, you will know. If you know, if you cannot recollect, you have to remember, memorize. Okay. It's always measured in height above aerodrome level using current QFE. Cloud base in METAR. Okay. Is measured as height above aerodrome level using current aerodrome QFE. The first point was for cloud height was it is a 3-digit figure showing in hundreds of feet. Now write down an example. I'll just give you the code. Next example, write down the statement. Example, 7/8 of cloud, that is 7 octaves, at 2,100 feet above aerodrome level, 7/8 of cloud, that is 7 octaves, at, write it down, everyone. You have to write it down. 7/8 of cloud, that is 7 octaves, at 2,100 feet above aerodrome level would appear in a METAR as. I'm giving you options. Seven octaves, right? I'm giving you options. SCT 210. Next option, BKN 210. Next option, BKN 021. And last option, SCT 021. Students, the key here is to know that the 3-digit letter to determine your cloud base is in hundreds of feet, not thousands of feet. So whatever 3 digits you have, after that you will have 2 digits is what they mean. So when I say cloud base is measured in hundreds of feet, I'll give an example. Cloud base is measured in hundreds of feet. What does it mean? I'll tell you. Meaning, you'll have 3 dashes. Followed by 2 zeros like this. So these 2 zeros are silent. They show you hundreds of feet like this. Whatever 3 digits you have, that many hundreds of feet. So this 00 determines your hundreds like this. So now looking at this, you tell me what is the correct option, because the statement was 7/8 of cloud, in bracket I said 7 octaves, These octars, generally students have KTAS, okay? In aviation met, we say octars. With or at 2100 feet above aerodrome level, will be denoted in METAR as. What is the correct answer? Think carefully, use your logic, you'll get the answer. Otherwise, you'll always be confused. This is where we get wrong in exam, students, even after studying everything. Correct answer is this. Got it? Easy? Everybody getting the correct answer? Anybody has a dispute? Good to see everybody getting the correct answer. Good job, students. It's not that easy to get this correct answer. I'm very proud of you all. Very good. Next example, write down 8 octars at 500 feet. 8 octars at 500 feet. Give me answers in the chat box. Jyotsna, very quick and correct. Good job. Give me the direct answer, students. Remember, this is how we write octars, okay? You know, the only problem is texting in between is if I have to share the picture of a PDF of these notes, then I don't get it in one PDF. I get it in 2 different PDFs. Either we draw or either we text. Both cannot be done. Prerit, good job. Nukul, good job. Aditya, 8 octars. Check your code. We're talking about 8 octars. It's right there in front of you. The code that you have used, is it for 8 octars or 7 octars? Or 6 octars, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Cross check carefully. Don't make such silly mistakes, students. Only 50 questions, 100 marks. One question you make a mistake, you lose 2 marks. Our aim is to score a 90 and above. Any doubts? Now, what is the third element in cloud coverage? The type of cloud. Now, there is a trick question here. Can all types of clouds come? There are around a handful of types of clouds. You will see. After our reports are done, we'll start with all those things. So write down this statement. For cloud types in METAR, the only cloud types used are significant convective clouds. Underline significant convective clouds. The only cloud types that are specified in METAR are so we have amount of clouds, cloud base, and cloud type. 3 things in cloud coverage. Cloud as in we all know what are clouds. Cloud type. Only 2. One basic definition for those types are only significant convective clouds. And what are these significant convective clouds? There are only 2 types. CB. CB stands for a type of cloud known as cumulonimbus. It's a name given to it. cumulonimbus, cumulonimbus. And the second is TCU. It is called towering cumulus. There are two types of clouds that will be associated in a METAR if they exist. Other cloud, if they exist, they will not be specified in your METAR as a type of cloud. Okay. Now, if I give you an example, decode this example, everyone. I give you OVC 021 CB. How will you decode it? Anyone to try to do it? Here you will say we have the sky which is overcast. So we will say via decoding, we will say overcast sky with convective CB clouds at 2100 feet above aerodrome. Which Q code are we using for the aerodrome reference? QFE. Remember that. Cloud base, height above aerodrome level using current aerodrome QFE. This point was dictated. Make sure you don't forget it. Chalo students, let's be a little faster now. You will see how these clouds look like. But CB clouds are those magnificent clouds, big clouds. That is CB clouds, you could say. They are very darkish in nature. So we have decoded this nicely. How overcast is said, sky is overcast with the convective type of cloud. You could say convective towering cumulus. If TCU or if CB, then you can say convective cumulonimbus or CB also. So remember, convective word is to be used even though that word is common. Significant convective clouds. Keyword. So these are the keywords why we miss out on marking the correct answers in the examination. So if I have a code, a combined code, now look at this. Now, what is the meaning of this? It means sky is overcast with convective CB clouds at 2100 feet above aerodrome level that is producing heavy showers of rain. So heavy showers of rain with an overcast sky with convective CB clouds at 2100 feet or 2100 feet above the aerodrome. Got it? Now this becomes a combined thing, weather phenomena as well as your cloud coverage. Write down next point. Note, if no cloud of operational significance. If no cloud of operational significance means no CB or TCU exists. If no cloud of operational significance, that is no CB or TC exists. Okay. Or if no cloud at or below, okay, the 5000 feet or MSA. What is MSA, students? Minimum sector altitude. Whichever is greater. Okay. Some places will have a minimum sector altitude below which you cannot fly in the vicinity of an aerodrome for sector flying. Okay. Or 5,000 feet, whichever is greater. If no clouds exist at or below 5,000 feet, or at or below the minimum sector altitude, whichever is greater. If minimum sector altitude is 7,000 feet, then if no cloud exists at or below 7,000 feet, or if minimum sector altitude is 4,000 feet, then if no cloud exists, the greater that is 5,000 feet, okay, then the term NSC, that is no significant cloud, is used. In bracket, unless a code CAVOK is bracket, okay? Unless a code CAVK is more appropriate to use. Write down what is CAVOK, full form of CAVOK, a very common question, okay? It means cloud ceiling and visibility are okay. So sometimes if everything is within the limitations or better, then only CAVOK will be used for you instead of visibility and cloud height or whatever it is related to each other given to you. So write down note, if and when CAVOK is used, it will replace the following. It will replace these following things. Number one, visibility. All of these, okay? They are not options. Whenever I give you options, I'll give you ABCs. Remember that. Visibility. Then it will also replace runway visual range. It will also replace weather group. And it will also replace cloud group. Okay? But CAVOK will only exist if some criteria about the 1, 2, 3, 4 is met. Met as in, it will only replace when the visibility is of certain value, RVR is of certain value, weather is of certain value, cloud is of certain value. If all those values are crossed, then instead of using those values, only CAVOK will be there. So your METAR will become very short. So you'll not have the codes for visibility, RVR, cloud, and weather. Or in sequence, visibility, RVR, weather, and cloud. You'll simply have CAVOK. But what are those conditions? This also becomes much more important for us. Okay. So you will write down visibility must be more than 10 kilometers. Remember, in visibility, if visibility is more than 10 kilometers, you write a code 9er. But here, there is another way to report it. If all four elements are met with respect to these, then CAVOK will be used, not just one. RVR, how much should be my RVR? Again, it goes along with the visibility only. Okay. The height of the lowest cloud. Write down. Height of lowest cloud. Of all the clouds, whatever the lowest cloud I have, the height of lowest cloud should be not less than 5,000 meters or minimum sector altitude, whichever is greater. Simple. Same funda. This we already know. With cloud group, there is one more element. No significant convective cloud should be there. No CB or TCU present. And with respect to weather group, you should say no significant weather exists in at the aerodrome or the vicinity. So if my visibility is more than 10,000 kilometers, 10 kilometers, correction, not 10,000, of course, 10 kilometers. If no significant weather exists on the aerodrome or the vicinity, if no CB or TCU is present, and if height of the lowest of the clouds is more than the greater of either 5,000 meter or the minimum sector altitude, then I can simply use CAVOC in place of visibility, RVR, weather group, and cloud coverage. So that METAR would look like this. METAR VIDP Delhi 12 1405 Zulu, wind direction 210, wind speed 15, gusting at 25 knots. Wind directional variability would be 200 V 270 and CAVOC like this. Just for example, it means the visibility, cloud height, and weather phenomena are good. You also need obscuration. If you were thinking, sir, obscuration, is it only coming in the weather phenomena? Obscuration will also come for reasons other than cloud coverage. So our visibility is not just impacted by cloud coverage. We also know there are certain elements. So those will be the part of obscuration in your cheat sheet that we have seen. Mist, fog, smoke, volcanic ash, widespread dust, sand, haze. So write down this statement quick, okay? You don't have much time, we have to finish it. If the sky at an aerodrome is obscured for reasons other than cloud cover, note, okay, there are conditions. If the sky at an aerodrome is obscured for reasons other than cloud cover and cloud coverage cannot be easily determined. So there are some other elements and we are still unable to determine the cloud coverage properly, and cloud coverage cannot be easily determined. Continue writing. Then the code Victor is used in place of the cloud information. Students, remember, either there will be cloud information or there will be the obscuration information. The code Victor Victor VV will be used in place of cloud information. Next point you'll write VV is followed by, so this code is followed by vertical visibility. In hundreds of feet. Very important term. Obscuration. If obscuration exists other than cloud cover and cloud coverage cannot be determined, then we use VV in place of cloud coverage. VV will be followed by the actual vertical visibility. How much can you see vertically? That will be in hundreds of feet. Now again, hundreds of feet, remember, not thousands of feet. So how would it be? Example 0400 FG VV 002. So here the normal visibility is different. VV is 3 digits, remember. So what does this translate as? This translates as visibility 400 meters in fog. Then see, sky is obscured. So you have to say this term, sky is obscured. If you see VV, it means, okay, there is obscuration. Sky is obscured and vertical visibility is just like the other time. Hundreds, last digit is 2. Imagine 2 zeros is 200 meters. So this is the normal visibility here. There is fog and sky is obscured. VV will mean sky is obscured with a vertical visibility of 200 meters in this case. Correction, 200 feet. Students, it's feet. Slip of tongue. Please make sure you correct it before. So this was in meters correctly. This was the visibility here. Here VV will determine vertical visibility in thousands, correction, hundreds of feet. Okay. Now decode this METAR quickly, everyone. And I'll write the statement of decoding and try to use this statement while you are decoding METAR. Okay. Quick. After that, we'll do 2 or 3 points are only left to do. METAR. What kind of METAR decoding I'm giving you? I'll give you the code and I'll dictate how to decode it. You write the dictation carefully. Do not wrongly write it. It's a request. So the name of the report type, aerodrome. This is Kolkata. Then date and time. Let's say 211040 Zulu. Above we have not written Zulu, is it? Yeah, we have written Zulu, fine. Zulu means Coordinated Universal Time. UTC on the other hand, we could say. Then we have the wind direction, we would say, which is true direction at a speed. Okay. So the speed will be in 3 digits. In knots, if this gusting or not, it's fine. After that, we have visibility. So let's write down the visibility from our previous example. 0400 FG, and we'll continue VV 002. So how will this METAR be decoded as? Write down. METAR for Kolkata observed at 1040 UTC on 21st of the month, semicolon, The surface wind is 210 degrees true at 5 knots, semicolon. The visibility is 400 meters in fog, semicolon. The sky is obscured with vertical visibility of 200 feet. I say again, METAR for Kolkata observed at 1040 UTC on 21st of the month. Which month? That is not specified. Remember that. Semicolon. Surface wind is 210 degrees true at 5 knots. Semicolon. Visibility is 400 meters in fog. Sky is obscured. Vertical visibility correction. Sky is obscured with vertical visibility of 200 feet. Read it once more, students. And then write down this note. Read it once more, and after that, write down this important note for the sake of exams. If vertical visibility cannot be assessed, already we were not able to assess the cloud coverage, and now we are not even able to assess the actual the quantity of vertical visibility in 200 feet, 100 feet, 300 feet. If we're not able to do that, okay, if vertical visibility cannot be assessed, then what does happen? You write down 3 forward slashes. 3 forward slashes will replace the cloud height figure. Example, vertical visibility like this. VV, we don't know. So they will just simply replace it like that. Quickly tell me, any questions? Next part is temperature and dew point. Remember, dew point is also temperature at which air gets saturated. So both are temperature values only. Temperature here will mean your actual temperature, and dew point will mean the dew point at that actual aerodrome only. Okay. So you'll write down the temperature and dew point is a 2-digit number giving temperature followed by slash and then again 2-digit number giving dew point. DP stands for dew point. Okay. So 2-digit temperatures, and they will be in degrees Celsius, of course. In bracket, you will write in degrees Celsius. What is saturation and all, you will know. If you have not done it, you will know. Okay. I am sure you already know by now, those who have done it before. Write down example 1002. What does it means? Decode it simply. Air temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. and dew point is plus 2 degrees Celsius. Plus as in there is no symbol mentioned there. So plus. Note, if temperature or dew point is negative, it can be possible, right? Of course, there are many negative temperatures recorded in which we fly. So if temperature or dew point is negative, we don't use a negative symbol, but we use a prefix, a letter before. This is very important. Prefix, a capital M. Now, M here stands for minus, a keyword to remember. M will be used. Okay. So if I give you another example, 10 M02, what does it mean? Who can tell me? Air temperature is 10 degrees Celsius and dew point is minus 2 degrees Celsius. But always read out the whole code, students. Decode. Air temperature is 10 degrees Celsius and dew point is minus 2 degrees Celsius. Very good. Remember this, okay? Note, plus 1.5 degrees Celsius is rounded off to 2 degrees Celsius. Always higher digit is there in temperature. Okay. And minus 1.5 degrees Celsius is, minus will go opposite to plus. If plus is increasing, minus is decreasing. Is rounded off to M01 like this. That is minus 1 degree Celsius. That is 02. Remember 2 digits, even for single digit numbers, 02. And minus 0.5 degrees is reported as, you must have guessed it, M00. Remember, we are using M for rounding off minus 0.500 because it was actually a negative temperature. Just because we are rounding it off to the nearest integer 00, it doesn't take away the possibility of mentioning minus. These are keywords I'm giving you right there. Questions will be coming from here and there only, students. Now, quickly decode one more METAR. Please write everything verbatim. I'm not writing, I'm just dictating. First, I'll give you the code in writing, of course. METAR VOTV. This is Trivandrum. Okay. 150645 Zulu. 14015 gusting 25 knots. Wind directional variability 120 V 180. Kavok 10 M03. Now, how will this decode? Write it down, everyone. Don't miss out on any sentence that I say, okay? I'll just say it once this time. Earlier, when I read it out thrice, this I'll just read out once. I'll go slow. METAR for Trivandrum observed at 0645 UTC on 15th of the month. The surface wind is 140 true at 15 knots, gusting to 25 knots, and varying in direction from 120 true to 180 true. The visibility is 10 kilometers or more, with no cloud below 5,000 feet. There are no CB or TCU, and there is no significant weather at or in the vicinity of the aerodrome. The air temperature is plus 10 degrees Celsius, and the dew point is minus 3 degrees Celsius. I'm done with the readout, students. Did you see how CAVOC is represented? All 4 elements you need to know. If in your question anywhere they mention MSA, minimum sector altitude, which is higher than 5,000 feet, then you will say, what will you say? You will say there is no cloud below that altitude, not 5,000, like this. But if that MSA is less than 5,000, then you will say 5,000 only. Anybody wants a read back somewhere in between? If you have missed it, you can ask me. I'll help you fill in the blank. Any questions so far?
No.
If you have, then you say. If you don't have, then I know you're quiet. It means you don't have any questions. Don't worry. We'll save our time in acknowledgement like that. Next part of the METAR is QNH. QNH is the existing pressure. Remember two places where we have Q codes. One is when we are measuring the cloud height. That is measured with respect to QFE and the aerodrome level. QFE of the aerodrome, measured feet in hundreds of feet from the aerodrome. QNH is always mentioned in your METAR. Okay, write down. QNH in a METAR is represented by the letter Q. Simple. It's not QFE, not QNE. Followed by 4-digit number. Write down. QNH in METAR is represented by letter Q, followed by 4-digit number, representing actual pressure value, followed by 4-digit number, representing actual pressure value. Student, this is one place where the rounding off doesn't go to the higher value but lower value. Remember that. This is one key point about QNH. In temperature, we saw rounding off happens to the higher one. You will see that. Write down the next point. If QNH is less than 1000 HPA, hectopascals, remember pressure has a unit of HPA. Students who have not done pressure, keep it in the parking lot, you will get it. If QNH is less than 1000 HPA, the value will be preceded by a 0. It means you'll always have 4 digits. Example, if QNH is 9990 HPA, then in your METAR, the code would be Quebec 09990, like this. Quebec as in Q. Like this. Simple. This was the statement. HPA, hectopascals, a unit to measure pressure. It's the actual aerodrome pressure, actual pressure value, remember. Q will always indicate QNH. Note, QNH is for safety reasons always rounded off to a lower value. Remember this, students. For QNH values having decimals. Example, if QNH is, write down, okay, 992.6 hectopascals, then in METAR, it will be given as, in METAR, it's Quebec 09992 because it's going with 992 only. It will always be rounded off to the lower value. Remember that, not the higher value. Remember this, students. This is where I have seen everybody who studied every word, everything also is losing out marks here and there. We have to make sure we don't. Note, when QNH is measured in unit of, in inverted commas, you'll write inches of mercury. There are 2 units, right? There are 3 units actually. Millibar is also there. Inches of mercury is generally written as like this, IN of Hg. Then instead of Q, A is used. Example, if QNH is 29.79 inches of Hg, then in METAR, you will write QNH as alpha 2979 like this. A very important element nicely given to you. Any questions? Take a moment. I'm just here. Take a moment to go through this. After that, we only have 2 elements left to discuss: recent weather and wind shear. Very easy. I'll give you dictation points and then we are done. After that, runway state group will be discussing sometime later. Trend, becoming, tempo, special reports, auto, end of message has been discussed already in yesterday's class. Just give me a second. There's no break. I'm just coming in a second. Read up to this point, see if you have any questions. And then we'll do just the final 2 things of the METAR. We have to do it in 15 minutes. That would be recent weather and wind shear. And then we have wind shear. Okay, I hope you're there, students. Write down the points for recent weather. RE is the code. This code exists, okay, if write down RE, the code for recent weather exists if in the past hour or since the METAR was issued, RE will exist. RE stands for recent weather. RE generally we will say stands for recent for our MCQs, only recent. RE will exist if in the past hour or since the last METAR was issued, there was a recent significant weather. There was a recent significant weather which has now reduced in intensity or has completely ceased. RE will exist if in the last hour or since the last METAR was issued, there had been a recent significant weather which has now reduced in intensity or has completely ceased. Write down next point. If in the past hour there had been a thunderstorm which has now been, if this is the new line, if in the past hour, if there had been a thunderstorm which has now been abated, abated, abated means in bracket you will write that is decreased in intensity or force, bracket closed, and is only giving light rain at the moment, then the present weather, underline present weather, is reported as light rain. And that light rain would be this. This is an important statement. It talks about recent weather and thunderstorm, but the answer here comes as light rain. This is a very important trick question. Can anyone give me a readback of this quickly? This last statement I want to see because all videos are off. It's okay though. If there has been a thunderstorm during the last hour, and if it has been now abated, that is reduced in force or intensity, and is only giving light rain. So the keywords are there. It means thunderstorm is not to be reported here like that. So the present weather will be given as like this. Okay. Last point with recent weather you will write the fact that there have been thunderstorms in the past hour. The fact that there have been thunderstorms in the past hour is reported by the code RE for recent, TS for thunderstorm. Last point you will write about recent weather. The fact that there have been thunderstorms in the past hour is reported by the code RETS. So RETS means in past hour, thunderstorms were reported. But if in the past hour thunderstorm existed, but now they have ceased, only light rain is there, then we'll write the present weather as light rain. But the fact that there was thunderstorm in the past hour can be reported as RETS. That recently we had thunderstorm. It means in the past hour we had thunderstorm. Present weather could be light rain. Like that. Any questions? You want me to repeat anything? I can, okay? Although we are trying to finish fast, it should not be compromised with the quality. Last is wind shear. You'll write wind shear information MAY may be reported in METAR. Maybe. Generally, if a pilot experiences wind shear, they have to give the report to the ATC that we have experienced wind shear. Wind shear may be reported in METAR. Okay. Code WS for wind shear. Followed by runway or all runways. Example. This decodes as wind shear on all runways. And if I say WS, focus here, okay, WS 27, it would mean wind shear present on runway 27. Write down the last METAR, and this I will give it to you as your personal decoding. You try to revise everything and then decode and share it with me. So wind shear notes are gone. It's okay. I am sure you have written it down verbatim. So write down this final METAR and decode it. METAR let's take Chennai. Let's write down today's date only. Zulu 1150. Write down direction 160. Wind speed 12 knots, gusting at 25 knots. Wind directional visibility generally will exist always. Right, 120. We continue writing the code. Okay. One two zero Victor 200 space 9er space negative RA space few 060 space SCT 130 space 10/M03 space Quebec, that is Q 0992 space RETS space WS space all space runway. I'll repeat the METAR again. METAR VOMM. What is the date? 1/2? Yeah. 121150 Zulu 16012 G25 knots. What was the wind variability? 140, is it, Nukul?
120.
120 V.
120 vector
Very
20
good.
degree.
Very good. Correct. After that, 99999 negative symbol RA space few. What was the number after few? Was it 060
060.
Yes, sir.
space SCT? What was after SCT? 130 space 10/M03 space Quebec. What was after Quebec? 0999
2.
2 space RETS space WS space all space RWY. Students, you'll have to combine what you have learned yesterday to understand. After wind shear, you will have trend. Okay. Trend is where it ends. Remember, runway state group will be explained to you later. Sometimes it can be mentioned in the METAR. But right now, you have to master all these elements of METAR given with respect to this. All the do's and don'ts are already given to you verbatim, verbally. Make sure you study it well, revise it thoroughly, and master this. Okay. Highly scoring, highly important. The sequencing will always be report type, aerodrome name, date and time, wind information, visibility, weather group, thunderstorms, cloud coverage, obscurations, temperature, dew point, QNH, recent weather, wind shear, trend, runway state group. So now when you look at this, you know that you know everything. You just have to learn and revise. Apart from runway state group, equal to sign will mean the coded messages end. METAR is a coded message. But the full form is Meteorological Aerodrome Report, issued generally at an interval of half an hour, right? At the aerodrome or the vicinity. There are so many other important elements that we need to be thorough with. So give it a quick read nicely. Once you have done revising your notes, anytime in your free time, tell me. I'll send you some textbook-based reading notes on this topic for you to read and have a good matter also with you. But I'll not send that at least up to a few couple of hours minimum, or maybe by some time in the evening if I know you're getting some time to revise. Don't take it too harshly, but this week, as we are just getting started, this pace is like this, but we are going to increase our pace and learn more and more in good amount of time going ahead. This is a trick thing. Generally, we tend to take it for granted because we think it's going to be easy. But if we rush, then we realize we don't really understand everything or remember everything in a short period of time. So we have taken 3 sessions to complete this much. If you combine, you see that 2 to 3 hours are required to master decoding it once. But in fact, it will take you a number of times to go through it again and again and master all codes. Right now, I think we have tried to decode at least 7 to 8 different METARs, step by step, 8, 9, 10. Now that gives you good confidence. So always go back and check it. Okay. Be very careful. If you'll have any doubts, please discuss with me. There are a few more such things which we'll discuss. After that, we'll go back and discuss the parameters and the phenomena of the weather. Okay. We have to make sure we are well versed with MET along with your other exams. Students are doing other exams. RT, make sure we are in touch about other things so that we can give you guided training on both topics simultaneously. First exam should get our priority, but no rush at the moment. We are in a safe spot right now. This week is a very safe spot for all. After that, we can say that, okay, let's get a little more studious and give guided time. So whatever you're doing on your own, it would be better you discuss with me and do that under my guidance for the maximum impact. I'll not take much of your time. I'll give you the freedom to study also, but I'll give you certain areas and content to study from, which would help you better way. And then I would be accessible to you to discuss your doubts. So that is something that we'll do. Students who have said you are on priority, you are on priority. So make sure you demand whatever you don't get again and again. Others don't take it lightly, although you have just gotten started. If you want to crack everything nicely in a good amount of time, be serious from now on only. After you have developed a good fundamental, you will see that you'll enjoy everything else and you'll have a good pace by yourself also. So students, please keep revising other lectures also of MET which you have studied in the past, other topics. Simultaneously manage everything. If it's getting too much for you, don't struggle on your own. Let me know, sir, it's getting too much for me. What should I do to make it light? I'll give you good strategies where we can mutually decide if it is working for you or if it is not going to work for you. It will be all in your favor. You have to do the hard work. I have to just help you in getting done with your hard work. It's like that now. So together, if we do it, we will increase our chances of clearing our upcoming attempts. Plus, the knowledge will never go to waste. So we always remember whether we clear or not, we keep learning about things and remember these things. If you go for your flight training with such important info, thoroughly METAR and all, RT, METAR, in the first and second hour of your flight with your instructor, you start making a name for yourself, students. And you start getting priority. And then they will make sure that they push you and make you study and finish your flight training ASAP. That will save a lot of money also. And you can come back and you'll be ready for the opportunities compared to other people sooner. Right? So everything is connected to that goal of getting a job and flying as a professional pilot, or at least learning and completing the course of flying. This is just a minor step, but a major step that should not be overlooked. All right. So I'll take your leave, students. I will be seeing someone or some of you all in the navigation class, others when we are discussing whatever we are discussing. Okay. Take care, everyone. I'll take your leave now. Whatever questions you have, drop me a text. Okay. Bye, everyone. कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ भी सकते हो आप लोग.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.
Thank you, sir.